What's up my gamers and gamettes, and welcome back to another video on my channel today. As you guys can probably tell from the title, this is a little tutorial for you guys. I know this isn't my usual video making thing, but I just had a stroke of genius because this video is for people who do not know how to run a server and would like to learn. So first of all, this is the first website that I used. It is minecraftversions.net. This is because I wanted to make a Minecraft server in 1.16.4. So if we want to open up this server here, you pull the server in there and you just click open. This will then generate these files. You don't need to worry about any of them except for EULA. All you need to do is change that false to true and then you're good to go. So if you want to just run your server again, it will take a little minute. Sorry, I have two monitors. But this is basically what I'm talking about here. It just kind of, will run the rest of the options. And finally, I'm just going to move this server over here, but we'll move this start into here and we will open with Notepad. Now, I have this pasted in here. It's basically a way to make your server not lag because you're adding some RAM to it. And so all you got to do is go save as, click all files and do .bat. That will then save into there and you have a batch file. You don't need this anymore. So you can either just keep it or you can drag it away. It doesn't really matter. So I use Hamachi to forward my ports. When I used to host servers on Macs, I didn't do this because there was another way. But this is not my own Wi-Fi or anything. So I don't forward anything just out of the fear of not doing it right. Or it's not my Wi-Fi, it's my parents' Wi-Fi. I use Hamachi. Now, there's debate on Hamachi. A lot of people don't like it, and I am sorry about that. If you're one of those people, you can find another way to port forward, I'm sure. As you can see, I'm covering my IP because you don't want to let everyone know. But basically here I have this server test LWTG, which stands for Lee Wants to Game, of course. And up here, I know you can't see it properly, but if you do that, you can click copy IPv4 address. I think there's a 5-player limit on this, and I think there's also a limit on how many networks you can make, I'm pretty sure. But you can also join your friends. So this is something that I wanted to open with you guys and go over a little bit. So the port, you can change this to any number. I don't know what the maximum is, but you can do that. So I will do spawn protection 0 because that means that if you're not opt, you can't break anything at spawn, which, I don't want. Flight, I always turn this on because if you lag a lot, sometimes it will kick you from the server because it thinks you're flying. And I always just have that on. View distance is another good one because you can change that, I don't know, for example, 8. And what it'll do is it'll help with server lag, which I think is a strange option to help with server lag, but it really does help the lower it is. But obviously if it's too low, you won't be able to see very far because that goes hand in hand with your render distance. So now we're going to move on to whitelist. We're going to put true because this means that only the people you want online can join. And I'll do Control S to save, and that should be good. So now what you do is you double click the .batch folder, and sorry, it opened up in the wrong place as per usual. And what this will do is it'll just load your spawn area and things. I'm gonna go and whitelist add Lee Wants to Game. So that is me now added to the whitelist, and I'm also going to do /op Lee Wants to Game. And now I'm a server operator. So I'm going to jump into the game and I will be back in just a little second. Okay, so I've got this blocked out obviously, but you do the IPv4 address in here and the same port that you chose, or the default is 25565. And as you can see here, here is my server. You can change the player count, you can add more gigabytes, it's really up to you. 1 gigabyte is usually enough for a vanilla server. So without further ado, let's hop in. Okay, so I've got some shaders on, some easy to run ones for right now because I don't want to lag it out. But of course, as you can see, I am mining these blocks without any issue whatsoever. No lag, and I mean that's good. First of all, we're gonna have a little test, so we're gonna quickly craft ourselves a crafting table, get some sticks, and then what we'll do is we're gonna make ourselves an axe quickly and a sword just for quick purposes. Now we're going to find an animal other than a chicken, hopefully. This is what you can determine. Blocks are usually pretty simple on servers. However, mobs can lag a lot. So let's test it out with this cow. And as you can see, there was no server lag. So 1 GB should be enough for you guys. I know obviously not everyone has amazing computers, and so 1 GB should do it for you guys. And because I made myself an op, what that means is I can do game mode creative, and you know, hop into creative and do things like that. And I can also do /stop. You can do this on your console as well, like your .batch file that we opened earlier, but /stop will stop the server. As you guys can see here, it's totally disappeared from my toolbar. But yeah, honestly, I think that's it. I hope that was informative enough for you guys. I would like to mention, I have a Mac, and I am also pretty well versed in doing this for modded servers. So if you guys want to see any of that, then I'd be so happy to oblige. So happy to oblige. Because I love making servers. Like, I typically buy my own ones right now, but just because they're up 24/7, it is easier. But obviously, most people don't have funds to buy servers, if you get what I mean. So this is like a pretty easy way to do it. And if you're on a Mac, it's a similar process, but a bit different. And I would be happy to show you that. And for modded servers, it is a bit different as well, but I'd be happy to show you that at any point. But if you want to see either a Mac tutorial or a modded tutorial, let me know in the comments below. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all again soon. Bye everyone!